Okay. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's having a lovely isolation, just as lovely as I am, of course. Um, Now, just so everyone knows, if I look off into the distance, I'm reading notes, so don't make fun of me. And just so you all know, just to see how much isolation has taken a toll on me, I spelt can with two A's, and I spelt dimensions as daimonos, so just know that only God can judge me. So, I wanted to talk to you all today about workshops. How do they work? What are they? Now, a good workshop to do for black comedy is to walk around the classroom and have a character in mind, and then what you do is that you walk around and then you stop and you make a noise that you believe that the character would make. Like, I don't know, if they're really snooty, they would go like a huh, and just whatever you can imagine. And then the second thing that they would have to do is that you would walk around, stop once more, and you would do an action that you believe that the characters would make. Like put their put their hands on their hips and make a little sassy head nod thing. And then what you would finally do is either say a phrase that you can remember them saying, or make them say something that you remember, or say something that you believe that they would say. I'm an artist. um, so this first little exercise, there's two parts to this, but this first little exercise is to get you into the mindset, because the next thing that you're going to do is that you're going to split up into two groups. What I'm just calling is the actors and the directors, and what will happen is that the directors will have to make an objective. So what the directors have to do is that they have to make an objective, and they also have to have a finishing little line. So when the characters want to end it, one of them can say this line, and then the round would end. And then what the actors would have to do is that they would do sort of a death in a minute sort of thing, where they would have to do the objective in a minute, and how they believe the characters would get to that objective in an improvisational sort of scene with all the other people. And oh god. And then once they believe they've gotten to the objective, they would say the line this cheese smells really bad. And then the line in the scene would end. And then what would happen is that the directors would critique how well the scene went. So they were just oh yeah, that was really good, but what can we do to add more tension to the scene? Or it wasn't as darkly comedic as it could have been, so mix it up, try this, or what could you guys do to make this scene more comedic? And then once they've done this definite death in a minute 3 times, then the directors swap with the actors. And this creates and doing it 3 times over is to add complexity to the character, and also puts you in the mindset of the character even more, because you're thinking okay, my character is this, and how can they get to this objective, and how would they do it with and how would they act with the character oh my god, with all the other characters, and to add complexity, dimensions to the character, and add dimension to all their actions behind it, and make the directors believe that this character would do this, oh yeah, Muriel, what a bitch. And then the actors and the directors would swap over, and they would do it again. So death in a minute, 3 times, blah blah blah. So the point of this workshop is that everyone would have like a deep understanding of the characters that they're like trying to improv on. So like they get into the mindset, and they would have like a rough idea of like what they are. Sorry, I'm repeating, but like stuff is like their mannerisms, the character relationships between one another, um, and like I've said a million times, add complexity to the character, which is what you're trying to do with like these two little separate workshop things that like help you go hand in hand. Like you're trying to add complexity and understand your character is what I'm trying to get at. So I hope you all got through my ramblings pretty well. I hope Isolation's treating everyone quite well, that everyone passes everything even though it's turned to shit. And hopefully you guys didn't like look at my fucking red nose for too long. Well, anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk, and I hope that everyone's Gucci for the rest of the term, the holidays, whenever we get back to school, if we get back to school. So, thanks guys. I'm sorry for no editing. I'm not as cool as Phil, or I'm guessing what Oscar will be. Fuck's sake. So what you like have to do is that you need to make like a noise that you believe that the character would make. And to do this, you why am I this just shit? Who fucking knows? Obviously, I want to talk to you all about Jazzy Stuffer's Black Comedy Workshops. Now, to make like an effective one, what you would have to do is that oh fuck, that could have gone bad.